The very fact that we're discussing the head of a cultural NGO setting their narrative in this country itself is a manifestation of which way the downward spiral of India is taking it. One thing is very apparent, and Nico and I do many conversations together in the evening on Times Now, a very popular channel. I can tell you this for a fact that this is the real exhibition of the family that runs this government. I mean, now we know who holds the remote control and who is a puppet on a string. So the BJP eventually is nothing but a puppet on a string manipulated by Nagpur. And frankly speaking, why don't the RSS and the BJP make Nagpur the capital of India, at least until they are in government? So let's cut out all these pretensions and pussyfooting around. The ideological, what I call is the ideological gurus of the BJP is the RSS. But we also know RSS is now telling us how we should be governed as a country. Now, let me answer your question. I do believe that everyone, however, has a fundamental right to comment on which way India is headed. I do admit that whatever happened with the decapitation and all the ugly communal temperature in this country has to be strongly condemned, whoever it may be. But I want to ask this question of some very eminent people from the Sangh Parivar on your panel, many of them whom I have debated with. How have they been responding to the very brazen hate or the communal sectarian politics of the BJP since 2014? Look at the data on lynching murders, Rahul. Until they happened in India since 2014, I thought I was only going to read about them when I read Mississippi Burning or when you talked about the civil rights movement in America when they were at the Ku Klux Klan was in operation. But here, lynching murders happened. And did Mr. Bhagwat condemn it? Did the BJP condemn it? Did the Prime Minister say anything? Not at all. And we had not one, but several of them. I agree that there were victims from different communities as well. But the majority victims were always the minority Muslims. And that, to me, is the biggest hypocrisy of the RSS and the BJP. Now, a couple of days ago on your show, we were debating, Rahul, where Mr. Bhagwat apparently made an outreach to some, members of the Muslim community. Very good initiative. At the same time, you can see what is happening in Garba festivals in Gujarat. You can see what's happening in Madhya Pradesh. There is a deliberate, almost a planned, orchestrated way to mock India's diversity. We have all grown up, I think so have you, where we enjoyed these religious congregations, where each of us enjoyed the other's festivals and we came together and celebrated India's oneness, the secular diversity, the syncretic culture. Now you talk about people having
so you think it's an eyewash
cards, what they're coming here for love jihad. I mean, what does the BJP and the RSS think that to this country?